You see, I had my first child when I was 17. Then I met another woman. I had my next one at 24. Then my third baby's mom, I met her when I was 28. And of course, I wasn't ready to settle down at those ages. You know, I mean, I'm out here, I'm doing my thing. But they were. They was ready to settle down at those ages. And I'm sure a lot of you men out here have came across women in your life that were good women. Women that loved you unconditionally, women that held you down. Most men out here have had plenty of good women in their life. You know, I've had women during that time and plenty of women after that time. And guess what? They were all good women, all ready to settle down. But I wasn't. But now we're going to sit up here as men and we're going to act like they is the problem. We're going to act like women are the problem. They the ones that we want to demonize now. Wow, y'all funny. You know, I'm seeing a lot of these pop up channels starting, running behind Jughead, you know, Gooseneck, talking about high value. These women didn't care what you had. They just wanted you. But we forgot about them. We look over them. You see, and now we want to start asking questions like, what do you bring to the table? Wow. You wasn't asking that when she was putting up that bail money to get you out of jail. Wasn't asking that. You know, you wasn't asking, what did she bring to the table when, you was coming in drunk and when you was, running up her phone bill with all the collect calls, putting her in debt that she's still trying to get out of to this day. You wasn't asking that question then. You know, y'all like to say, what did they bring to the table? Well, you remember when she would serve you dinner every night? You know, wake up in the morning and serve you breakfast when you didn't even have a table? Oh, yeah, you don't want to talk about those women. The woman that was there from day one, the woman that held you down, loved you unconditionally, didn't give a damn about whether or not you was a high value man. Wow, that's interesting. But now y'all want to run around and demonize them like they was the problem. You see, I can't stand when men don't take accountability for the things they've done. Not realizing that when it comes to being scandalous, when it comes to letting them know that being faithful and being true don't mean nothing, we taught them everything they know. But we don't want to own up to that.
Yes, people change people. People tend to move differently because they've been hurt in the past. They may change their decisions. They may change the way they operate. They may change who they are totally because they have been hurt in the past. So let's dig deeper.
This is to all my men. If your woman falls into sin, if she cheats on you, if she loses her way, God is coming for you first, nobody else. Eve was the one that sinned, but God didn't come looking for Eve, he came looking for Adam. If your woman is dressing in ways that attract the lust, if she's out late on girls' nights without you, if she's surrounding herself with bad influences and you let that happen, you're the one that God will look for. You were appointed by God as the head of the household. That role comes with accountability straight from God. Oh, but I trust my woman. I know she would never hurt me. She would never betray me. My woman has self-control. Yeah, is that so? What happened to Eve when she was left alone next to temptation? It only took one conversation and the whole fall of mankind began. So everything your woman does, God traces back to you. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. The head sets the direction. If the body moves in sin, it's because the head failed to protect it. If she's around ungodly friends, that's on you. If she's posting things online that provoke lust, that's on you. If she goes to places where the enemy has an open door to her, that's on you. You can't say that you're a man of God if you're continuously letting the enemy have access to your home through your woman. But I have no control over her. She calls me insecure. Men, if you try to place boundaries and she calls you toxic, insecure, controlling, ask yourself, why are you even with a woman in the first place that does not submit to godly leadership? A woman of God will gladly submit to a man when she sees that he's leading her into holiness, Not because she's weak, but because she's wise. You see, women are naturally submissive from the beginning. That's how God designed them. And if she's not submitting to you, that's still your fault. But how is that my fault? I didn't do anything. You chose her, didn't you? You chose her, you kept her, and you allowed her rebellion to grow. All of that under your own watch. Your family is a reflection of you. If your home is in chaos, if your relationship is full of sin, that's all your fault. God didn't put you as the head of the household so you can be passive. God called all you men to spiritually cover your family. So men, be holy, lead in holiness. And if she resists, either she changes or you choose a woman that submits to God. Because at the end of the day, when the time is done and God asks you what happened to the woman that he put in your care, you can't just say, oh, but she was doing her own thing. He won't even question her. The blame is all on you, my friend.
Real men take accountability for their actions and their wrongdoings and their mess-ups. You're not a real man if you cannot stand flat-footed and say, I messed up. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. A lot of men fail in relationships and marriages because they think that they don't have to say, I'm sorry, or they feel like they don't have to, do what it takes to fix the marriage or the relationship. And then they wonder why women check out. Brothers, I'm just talking real. A good woman will mimic how you move. So if you mess up and you just give her a dry, I'm sorry, and then that's it, and you don't do anything to fix it, she's going to check out. Why? Because she's going to feel like you don't really care about her. You don't really love her. Men, one of the greatest mistakes that you can make is to not make haste in fixing it when you mess up. Don't let time go by before you work as hard as you possibly can to fix it. That is a deadly and detrimental mistake to your relationship or marriage, especially if you have a good woman. So if you don't take anything else from this video, real men, a good man, takes accountability for his actions and he fixes it. Fix it, man. Don't let that good woman get away. Motivation you. We out.
We need less men who just want to be on the internet getting their shit off because their feelings are hurt. As men, we cannot expect to go far or have closer relationships with our women if we cannot take any accountability. All of this arguing, all of this back and forth on the internet about what women are doing wrong, if it's not about us getting closer to each other, then what are we doing it for? You cannot convince me that you really want to have a great relationship with a woman if you cannot then take accountability. If you are not able to take accountability, then you don't really want to love a woman. We need more men who actually want to love a woman because they understand how dope women are.
Every time I listen to social media, I hear all these platforms talking about women and how bad they are. Do we understand as men that we led them to where they are? You see, who told them to bounce, biggity bounce, biggity bounce, biggity bounce? Guess what? They did that. Who told them to get on the floor and shake that ass? They did that. Who told them to bend over hoe and drop it like it's hot? Guess what? They did that. They followed our lead. Or what about when you left them for Becky with the good hair? You say, oh, that's what he liked? That's what he likes? Well, I can be that too. So then they begin to put the hair in. They followed us. Or what about when you like the ones on Instagram with the voluptuous body? Those are the ones y'all like the most. So now that the women out here that didn't have that or wasn't born that way getting BBLs, now y'all want to look surprised. No, we led them there too. Because they seen that we like that. Or y'all guys that like to run around with the fair-skinned women, the ones that's lighter. Okay, what you think the darker ones going to do? When they start bleaching their skin to get lighter, they say, oh, that's what they like. We can be that too. You see, we are leading this show. We led them into a burning house. And we love to throw stones and hide our hands and act like we don't know what's going on. And we're still playing that same music today. You see, I use those older songs for a reason. Because those girls at that time were how old? 12, 13, 14, listening to that music. Guess what? Those are the women that you dating today at 28, at 29, 30. Those are the same women that we led. You see, so you might want to ask, are you comparing women to children? No, I'm dealing with the head. Men, are we not supposed to be the head? The last I checked, where the head go, the body will follow. So you keep calling them out their name. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And then when they start to act as such, then you're surprised. That's all they hear in all of our music, in all of our movies. We have put them down so badly that guess what? Just like the child, because who do you think listening? It's the kids that's listening. But these same kids are the ones that grow up that you have to deal with today. Now ask yourself, if you want your woman to be better, then as men, we got to lead better.